Hello and welcome to Module 1, Chapter 1, pages 1 to 18 in the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide. This chapter is called Introduction. This chapter provides an introduction into the Project Management Institute's PMI's recognized standard and guide called PMBOK. The topics we are going to discuss are the PMBOK guide, what is a project and what is project management, relationships of project management to portfolio management, to program management, to organizational project management, to operational management, and to organizational strategy. We're also going to look at business value, and we're going to look at the role of the project manager. What we're not going to do is repeat the information in Chapter 1, pages 1 to 18. No, instead what we're going to do is explore the intent and meaning of that information on pages 1 to 18. What is the purpose of the PMBOK guide? This is a very interesting question. Before we answer that question, let's ask a different question. Why did the Project Management Institute create the Project Management Body of Knowledge, the PMBOK guide? In 1969, when the Project Management Institute was formed, there was no book. So why create one? PMI created the book called the Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide because PMI foundationally believes that good practice for conducting project management is based on data and facts. The Project Management Body of Knowledge Guide was created to encompass all known data and facts with regard to the discipline of project management. With the exception of project management as a profession and the growth of this discipline worldwide, the body of knowledge has changed over time. As of today, PMBOK is in its 5th edition. When we look at the guide of data and facts, it becomes clear that the PMI's PMBOK guide contains demonstration of good practice for applying knowledge, process, skills, tools, and techniques that will have an impact on project success. Along with this book of data and facts, we can also see that the guide is intended to promote a common language or vocabulary, standards, ethical conduct, and professionalism. What is a project? A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, provide a service, or create a result or an improvement in an existing product or service. Now, projects are all temporary in nature, and that means that they have a start and a definite end date. A project can be a complete item, such as the skate here, or can be a component within that, such as the skate blade. Whereas a service can be the service, as shown here, or can be the capability to perform that service. A result is really an outcome or an improvement to an existing product or service. Now, projects do not exist unto themselves. Projects have a relationship with programs and portfolios. Please see figure 1-1 on page 5 of the PMBOK guide for more information about this relationship. What is project management? Project management is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet the project requirements. It is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of the 47 project management processes. These processes are organized into 5 groups that somewhat correspond to the logical progression of a project. They are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and closing. Typical activities include identifying and finalizing requirements, managing stakeholders, communicating, balancing the project constraints of scope, what is needed, quality, to what standard does the project need to be compliant to, schedule, what time frame, budget, how much funding is required, resources, what human and other resources are needed, risk, what risk does this undertaking actually present. There is a relationship and a correlation between the factors. If one increases or decreases, likely others will as well. The application of project management is the art and science of balancing multiple and often competing influences. Project management relationships. Pages 7 to 15 in Chapter 1 of the PMBOK Guide discusses the various relationships that project management has with other types of management. The following are the highlights. Table 1.1 on page 8 shows a comparison of project, program, and portfolio views across areas of interest within an organization. Program management is defined as a group of related projects, subprograms, and program activities managed in a coordinated way to maximize the benefits. Portfolio management is defined as the way that projects, programs, sub-portfolios, and operations management are managed as a group to achieve strategic objectives for an organization. The Project Management Office, the PMO, can be defined as a management structure that standardizes project-related elements such as governance, how are we going to be governed, resource allocation, how are resources allocated within our organization, what methods are we going to apply, what are our standards, what tools do we have at our disposal to help us do things more effectively and efficiently, and what techniques are we then going to use. Projects can and do intersect and interact with operations at various points, as demonstrated by the overlapping circles. Operational management can be defined as doing what it takes to conduct its daily business. Organizational strategy should provide guidance and direction to the management of projects, and all projects should support the objectives of the organization. Topic number 4. Business value. Business value is a concept that is unique to each organization, and often it is defined as the sum of tangible and intangible elements within the business. Examples of elements: tangible, monetary assets, stockholder equity, fixtures, and buildings. Examples of intangible elements are goodwill, brand recognition, trademarks. Value is created through effective management of ongoing operations. Businesses need reliable, established processes which enable them to meet their strategic objectives. Portfolio management aligns projects, programs, and operations to the organizational strategies, which allows organizations to effectively manage all components to optimize their resources. With project management, businesses have the ability to apply knowledge, process, skills, tools, and techniques that enhance the likelihood of their endeavors to add value. The role of the project manager. Project manager is the person assigned to lead the project team that has been given the task of achieving the project objectives. The project manager's role is different from that of a functional or operational manager because the functional manager is focused on providing management oversight for business units, and the operational manager is responsible for ensuring that the business operations are efficient and productive. The project manager works closely and in cooperation with all managers, stakeholders, and with the project team to achieve the goals of the project. A project manager requires the following competencies: knowledge about project management, and of course the subject as it relates to the project. Performance: how well they actually perform, how well the project manager is able to do things and accomplish things as related to the project. And professionalism: how the project manager behaves when performing any of the project-related activities. What is their attitude? What is their personality like? A project manager requires certain skills. Leadership: the skill at guiding and directing a group. At team building, the skill at designing, selecting, and maintaining an effective team. Communications, the skill at imparting and interchanging thoughts, ideas, opinions, or any information via spoken or written word so it is clear and understandable. A project manager will also need the skill of motivation. This is the skill of getting people to act and perform in a certain way. Sometimes it's easier just to use dynamite. The next skill a project manager will need is that of negotiations. This is the skill to move through, around, or over some item in a satisfactory manner to bring agreement to each of the parties. Two more skills that the project manager will need is one of decision making. Your skill at reaching decisions that are defendable, fair, just, and which garners approval from everyone. And the skill of conflict management. Your skills at finding a solution to people or situations that are in conflict. This is the end of Chapter 1, Introduction, pages 1 to 18 on the PMBOK guide. If you have any questions, please email your instructor as per the email address on the screen. We do hope that you found this chapter informative and of value.